think it was junior year of high school. Everybody's trying to figure out what they're supposed to do with their life, what college they're going to go to, what major. And I remember being at camp and being down at the altar and just crying out to God, trying to figure out what it was He wanted me to do with my life. And clear as day, He said, I want you to be a mom. And I thought, that's not a real job. You don't get paid to do that job. That's not what I mean. What job should I pick? And, what college should I go to? And just, it was this peace that came over me that was like, I want you to raise up the next generation. So we got married in college. We were babies. We were
20.
I mean, not even 21. Yeah. He comes from a harder, more difficult background. I come from a more, cookie cutter, I guess, Christian family. And so the way we bring that together to raise our boys to go, look, I really feel like this is the right way to do it. And biblically, I think this is what God tells us to do.
Play hard, okay? Keep playing defense. I don't care if you foul out. Keep playing hard. Work to play without your hands, okay? Hey, if we're in transition, let that thing fire.
Going on now 6 years. I was starting my sixth full-time teaching and coaching. God's brought us to a journey that's like, it's unbelievable. Like it's just not normal. He's given, He's taken away. And right now in our journey of life, it's like, God, if you take it away tomorrow, that's not going to affect my relationship with you. I wasn't there for a long time in my journey of life. But now it's like, God, I am here for you.
So we had been married, we finished out college, and then I was ready to start my family, so we had Jackson literally right after I graduated college. I was ready, and or at least I thought I was, So shortly after was 2 years, we got pregnant with Cade and had our 2 boys, and then we early on had always talked about adoption. For some reason, it was something God had put on our hearts that we knew we were to care for widows and orphans, and we didn't know what it meant or what it looked like, and we didn't know anyone who had even adopted. But after Cade was 2 years old, we just were like, either we're doing this or it's not going to happen. So we're nearing the end of our home study, and we get a phone call that there's a baby, and the mom hasn't chosen a family yet. She had to deliver early because of preeclampsia, and he was just 4 pounds. But were we interested? And it was this crazy roller coaster of, I guess, yeah, maybe, sure, I don't know. We finally get the green light to come back and meet birth mom and meet him. And as I'm sitting there completely overwhelmed in that moment, it was just like, when did I call you to this? And I started doing the math in my head, and it was the week that she got pregnant. And in that moment, I knew this is exactly what God's called us to do. I'm going to just trust Him and figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
So my goal with my boys is to surround them with other adults that I feel like are going to plug in and pour in the way that I would want. Because when my words fall on deaf ears, I know the people I've already surrounded him with, that's going to ring true. So guys like Joe, who are invested in his life, who are rebounding him in the gym late at night, and who are invested in texting and calling. And those relationships are huge. And to me, that's where the church comes in. That's why it's so important for us to be plugged in and have our kids in the youth group or in the children's ministry or in the middle school, because those are the friendships they're developing that are going to hold them accountable. Those are the adults in their lives that are going to speak truth over them when they don't necessarily hear from me.
That's what we want them to understand is, yeah, it's basketball, yeah, it's church, but this life is not about just, hey, I'm just this or I'm just that. It's who we are, and that's why, as coaching, I'm not a coach, that's just what I do. Being a follower of Christ is who I am. And I'm going to use wherever God's placed us to be able to serve people in that atmosphere. And so whether that's in your job, whether that's at the church, whether that's out in the community, like go serve, go be a part of it. And that's what I want these guys to realize. That's what I want our family. Like I want my own sons to know, like, we serve because it's a habit of ours to go out into the community and be a part of something bigger than yourself.
God, we love you. God, we praise you. God, we are so excited for this week. God, for who you are.
Just a really cool full circle moment for me at camp. I'm down at the front. Actually, not on purpose. We were playing a game, and I was picking up ping pong balls, and I turned around, and all the kids had like smashed me up to the front of the stage for worship. And I thought, all right, okay. I feel old up here, but I'll do it anyway. So I'm standing there worshiping, and we're singing the song about the goodness of God and how He's been faithful and how He's seen us through. And with my hands up, I glance over, and Jackson's standing next to me worshiping. And I realized it was my junior summer when God called me to be a mom. And I'm looking over at this gift God's given me that He entrusted me with, His promise that He fulfilled in that moment. And He is worshiping alongside me, the God who gave me this gift. And it was just this incredible moment of realizing how good God is, how faithful God is. He keeps His promises. He keeps His word. The thing that He called me to, He saw through to the end.